mathematics is not about only using your left half of your brain. Mathematics is using the whole part of your brain. When I do mathematics and I really struggle, it's always nice, like afterwards, when you truly understand, you feel exhausted because you've used your whole brain. Sometimes when you're writing an exam or when you're doing mathematics, it feels afterwards like you've used your whole brain and not only the one part, and that's why it's awesome. Mathematics always connects to each other in one or another way. Like when you do functions and when you do trigonometry, for example, like they fit together in some kind of weird way. And when you actually find that connection, you can always like make an indication to yourself like, oh, okay, that comes from that as well, and oh, this is why this was so. And you always have to try and keep an open mind and not plainly distinguish, okay, now I'm doing functions, now I'm doing this, now I'm doing this. Try and integrate it all together, because that's what it's all about. And that's what I try to do in mathematics. I sit and I study the textbook and I try and collage them everything into one so that I can understand it better, because mathematics isn't different, it's all one big thing that talks to each other.
I've come to understand that maths is a lot of fun. All through high school I used to think that maths is all about numbers, but then I was introduced to a whole new dimension of mathematics when I got to university, and I realized that maths actually included a lot of theory. You have a whole page when you're explaining, or rather proving stuff that you thought was always so. For example, I can always remember the very first time I was asked to prove whether really 1 + 1 was 2, why I thought it was that. And I thought that because it is. But when you really get to learn more about mathematics, you realize that there's more to it, more than what we know, or what you're taught throughout the first stages of primary school and maybe high school. You never really get to understand the depth of mathematics. And it adds substance to what you know already, because you really get to understand why what you did or what you've always assumed to be true is true.
For me to say to you, maths really is amazing. The way maths, you can take absolutely nothing and you can build something of it. And the thinking behind it and just what it does. I don't know how to explain it. Maths is fascinating in the way that you really only need to know like a couple of principles, and you're able to use all of these principles and develop all of these new ideas and these new theories and bring it all together, and it's a very beautiful language. I really do think it is. I love it.